What is the age limit to use e-collars, shock collars, vibrate collars, things like that on your dogs? Some people will say, well, the manufacturers say 6 months, so it's 6 months, right? Some people say, no, it's 8 months. Some people will say it's a year, right? I'm going to say it's none of those. There is no specific age that it's proper or improper use. It's dog by dog dependent based on their behaviors. What's the dog doing? Right? What is the dog displaying a lot of like seriously unwanted behaviors? Is the dog doing something dangerous, right? Do we need to create avoidance? Obviously, let's not put it on puppies that are right out of the womb, 1, 2, 3, 4 week old puppies and shit like that. Obviously, but 2 months, I'll put an e-collar on a 2 month dog if the dog is doing dangerous or highly unwanted behaviors to where I need to create avoidance, because that's what an e-collar does. It creates an aversive strong enough to where the dog wants to avoid doing whatever it was doing. Some people will say that the dog is too young to understand what you're communicating. No, no, it's classical conditioning. That's where it's changing its emotional state towards something, right? And then it's also operant conditioning, making a decision based off of its experience, right? So, if there's a consistent pattern that every time a dog runs out of the yard, it doesn't feel good, the dog's gonna stop fucking running out of the yard. Period. Right? Oh, the dog's too young at 2 months to associate it. Okay. So why? Why is that? Is their cognitive functions are not there yet at 2 months old to associate patterns and repetition? Because if you can train a dog to sit at 2 months old, then you can also use an aversive to teach the dog what not to do at 2 months old, right? What do you think mother dogs do to their young dogs whenever the young dogs are being too much? They give a correction with their teeth, right? A natural aversive. So there's that too. As far as e-collars go, I'm going to take one, right? You can see that's working. And the vibrate, I don't know if you can hear the vibrate, but if you see this button right here and no sound, then that means it's shocking me, right? These two prongs, if you can see, I'm holding the shock button down. There is no arc. It's not a taser, right? It's like a TENS unit. So this right here is at a 1. I can feel a tiny pulse, right? Tiny little pulse. All right, let me bring it up to a 10. So this is at a 10. You can see the muscle slightly twitching. See? I'm gonna bring it up to a 20. And most dogs never need it above a 20. Hell, 10 is probably good for most dogs. But here's this. You can see my muscle twitching. Now I'm gonna put it at max. Actually, let's put it at 80 first. 99 is max. I'm gonna put it at 80 first. And as you can see, 80. So I'm gonna put it here on sensitive skin. And I can definitely feel it. It doesn't feel good. Let's put it at 99. Here's a 99 for y'all. So I'm gonna put it here. And it tenses my muscle up, just like a TENS unit. Ooh, that felt good. But yeah, it doesn't fucking feel good. That's the point. I just shocked myself at a 99, right? The problem is, you see, there's a lot of people that don't understand canine behavior and learning theory, and that creates a surface level opinion on all things dogs, right? Dogs are associative learners, which means that through classical conditioning and operant conditioning, as well as other learning, they associate patterns, right? They recognize these patterns, these repetitive things, and then they make opinions or associations or decisions based on these experiences, whether they enjoyed it or did not enjoy it, right? And that's exactly how an e-collar is used. Repetition, consistency to increase a behavior through negative reinforcement or decrease the behavior through positive punishment. So yeah, my recommendation to everybody is before we go online, and start telling people what our opinions are and how you should be doing things regarding dogs and dog training, make sure you understand the behaviors you're looking at and talking about. You understand how different principles of learning theory work, understand how the different tools, whether it's treats or e-collars or anything in between, actually works and how it's applicable, and so on. Make sure you know the information at a pretty high level before you start demonizing things or promoting other things, without actually knowing what you're demonizing or promoting.